Right now, I'm going to show you how to install this Flex and Fix P-trap. So it's a P-trap with a flexible end here. So this tube right here, you can manipulate, move it around, and that really helps when you have a P-trap that's just not lining up. Now keep in mind, these are not code compliant in a lot of places. Code states that you have to have a smooth interior since this is ridged and not smooth inside. If you're having a issue where you're going to have a inspector coming in, this probably won't pass, but it does depend on where you are. However, for homeowners, you're installing some stuff, doing it yourself, these are great temporary fixes, and they could actually last a long time, and I'm talking years. So they can last a while until you can fix it correctly or get a plumber in to do it for you. So here you have this piece right here. So it's the pipe with just a little bend on it. You're going to put the two wing nuts on. So you want one wing nut here at this end, and you want the threads on the inside here. And then on this piece here, you want this gasket here. I put the flat part here that is going to rest up against the wing nut here, or the nut here, and then this beveled edge or this slanted edge here on the inside. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly put it together here to get everything lined up. So first I'm just gonna slide this in here, right? So slide this is your drain pipe, so this is draining everything into the main system, and then I'm just going to loosely tighten the nut here. And I just say loosely for now because I want to get everything kind of in place before I really start cranking everything down. So that's nice there. So now here I'm going to attach the P-trap. Now you kind of have to pick your poison here. Do you want to start up here? Do you want to start down here? I am going to extend this piece and then start here with it attaching there. Now kind of at this point it's, choose your own adventure, kind of do it however you want, but you can kind of start here and just kind of get a feel for how you're going to need it. So it's probably going to need to have an angle kind of a little bit like this here. So that's probably going to work there. So I got my helper here. I'm going to set her to the side here. See if I can get going here. So I'm going to attach this piece here because this is the part that's always a little bit more challenging for me. So here, no gasket here. We're just going to press this up against there, and then we are going to crank this down here. Now your kit may have a gasket in here. Mine does not. This piece up here has that beveled edge, and it just goes right in there. And then now, for this part up here, I'm just going to loosen that a little bit so I can swing it around. So here, this is the drain pipe coming from the sink, right? So I've got my gasket here, again, the same way, the beveled edge, and then the flat part, and then your wing nut on top. So you put the wing nut on, or the nut on first, and then you put the gasket on. I call it a wing nut because it does have these little pieces on it here, so it's kind of, like a wing nut in a way. So just going to line that up now. You push it down, and then you just grab the threads and tighten it. So that is really it. And now that is going to work. So we've got all our pieces in place. Everything is in place as it should be. And now I'm just going to tighten everything so that we don't have any loose pieces. And that is it. So now you can kind of play with this a little bit and get it lined up how you like. But this piece is flexible. It's pretty stiff, so it does, it's pretty stiff. So you gotta move it, but it does flex. And so you can move it and manipulate it how you need it to fit where you want it. So that's it. These are great temporary fixes, easy for homeowners to put in, and I've put them in multiple places until I can get either a plumber in to fix it or till I just have more time. But we're just remodeling the bathroom down here. I don't want to mess with it right now, so I just want to get it up and running in the meantime. Hopefully that was helpful.